Good morning and welcome to BJC Mitzvah Day number 154, part 5, using the Sefer Chinuch. Mitzvah Day keeps your soul on its way, and we're dedicating today's mitzvah for a refuah shlema of Shalom Yerachmel ben Miriam. He should have a speedy refuah shlema. Today's mitzvah, once again entitled Not to Eat an Animal That Is Non-Kosher, and here we go. We're talking about how it's also prohibited to eat human flesh. Therefore, if one eats human flesh or drinks human fat, whether of a living being or of a corpse, he is not subject to malchus for it, lashes. Nevertheless, consumption of human flesh and fats is biblically prohibited by force of a mitzvah obligation. For Scripture in Deuteronomy lists 7 species of kosher chaya, wild animal, and it states regarding them, these are the types of chaya that you may eat, which implies that anything not included among these species one may not eat. The verse thus teaches that human flesh is forbidden. Since, as stated above, man is in the category of chaya, and yet is not listed among the permissible types of chaya in the verse, we may infer that consumption of his flesh is prohibited. Now, this prohibition is derived from the implication of a mitzvah obligation, i.e. from the positive statement, these, quote-unquote, you may eat. And as we stated above, a prohibition derived from the implication of a mitzvah obligation has the force of a mitzvah obligation, for which one is not subject to lashes. This is the opinion of the Rambam of blessed memory, Maimonides. The Chinuch now cites the Ramban's opinion in this matter, the Nachmanides. He seems to always compare the Rambam and the Ramban's, but again, the Chinuch generally seems to go like the Rambam. However, the Ramban of blessed memory writes that the consumption of human flesh is not subject to a formal prohibition, even by force of a mitzvah obligation. The Ramban adduces as proof to this position that which the sages of blessed memory have stated in Creasus, that the blood of those who walk of 2 legs, i.e. human beings, and their milk, i.e. women's milk, are not subject to a formal biblical prohibition, and in certain limited instances, there is not even a rabbinical enjoinder to abstain from them. The Ramban of blessed memory writes that the same law is true regarding the flesh of a human being. That is, from the strictly legal perspective, it is not formally prohibited biblically like human blood. For if this is not the case, how is it possible that human blood is permitted insofar as the sages of blessed memory have stated that one may suck and swallow the blood from between his teeth, i.e. from the gums? Do we not have an established rule that the product of that which is non-kosher is itself non-kosher? The Ramban concludes, regardless, one may certainly not eat from a human corpse because it is forbidden to derive any benefit from the flesh of a corpse, which would include eating of it. The Ramban's additional proofs of his position may be found in his commentary. All right, home stretch, folks. The Chinuch concludes his discussion of the laws of this mitzvah. These and other details of the mitzvah are discussed in the 3rd chapter of Tractate Chulin and in other places in the Talmud. This mitzvah applies in every location and at all times to both men and women. One who violates this prohibition and consumes a kazayas, an olive size, or more of any non-kosher animal, or drinks revias, which again is about 2.9 fluid ounces to 5.1 fluid ounces, depending on the opinion, of its milk. If he does so intentionally, he is liable to lashes, but if he did so inadvertently, he's exempt from malchus, from lashes. Thanks for listening to Sponsor Future Mitzvah 36, 100 Gold. Have an easy fast and enjoyable Purim, which starts tonight.